What if I told you that one of the vegetables you eat every week might be draining your energy, damaging your joints, and even messing with your heart medications without you knowing it? It sounds dramatic, doesn't it? But for millions of seniors across the country, it's not drama, it's daily life. That unexplained swelling in your legs, that pounding heartbeat after lunch, the fatigue that creeps in even after a full night's sleep. And the worst part? You're doing everything you're told. You're eating more greens, you're avoiding fast food, you're trying to stay healthy. But what if I told you that it's not about how much vegetables you eat? It's about which ones you choose. Take Margaret Hayes, a 76-year-old widow from Dayton, Ohio. After her husband passed, she promised herself to live clean and healthy, so she stocked her fridge with veggies, lots of them, salads, stir-fries, green smoothies. But within months, she felt worse. Her knees ached, her stomach turned, her blood pressure soared. She didn't understand. Until one quiet afternoon, sitting across from her nutritionist, Margaret learned the truth. Some of the vegetables she trusted most were quietly working against her aging body. In this video, you'll discover the 4 vegetables seniors should avoid at all costs, and the 4 powerful alternatives that can help restore your strength, calm your gut, support your heart, and sharpen your mind. This isn't about trendy diets or expensive superfoods. It's about small, smart choices, ones that can change the way you feel every single day. Are you ready? Most of us grew up believing that vegetables are always healthy, no matter your age, But here's the truth that most doctors don't say out loud. After 60, your body plays by a different set of rules. It's not that vegetables suddenly become bad, it's that your digestive system, metabolism, and hormones have changed. Your gut moves slower, your blood sugar reacts faster, your joints become more sensitive. And some vegetables, even the ones praised on every health blog, can quietly cause more harm than good. Think about it like this. When you were 30, your body could handle a big kale salad, raw broccoli, and a side of roasted eggplant without blinking. Today, those same foods might leave you bloated, tired, or waking up at 3 a.m. with joint stiffness and brain fog. Why? Because aging bodies process fiber, sugar, and plant compounds differently. Some vegetables interfere with how your thyroid functions. Others spike your blood pressure or blood sugar, and a few even block your body from absorbing vital nutrients like calcium or iron, nutrients that you desperately need to maintain bone strength, heart health, and energy. But here's the good news. You don't need to give up on vegetables. You just need to know which ones work with your body, not against it. That's exactly what we're here to explore. Starting with a vegetable that most seniors eat weekly, one that looks harmless, sweet even, but could be silently draining your energy, wrecking your digestion, and throwing your medications off balance. We'll uncover it next. You've just learned why vegetables, while essential, can sometimes backfire after 60. Not because your body is broken, but because your body is wiser, more sensitive, asking you to choose foods that support your new rhythm. So now, let's walk into the kitchen together and take a closer look at what's on your plate. Because there are 4 vegetables, yes, just 4, that might be quietly working against you every single day. They look innocent, familiar, even healthy, but in the body of a senior, they can spike your blood pressure, disturb your digestion, block your nutrients, or make your joints ache without warning. Let's reveal them, one by one. And more importantly, let's talk about what to do instead. And corn, the sweet trap that spikes your blood sugar. It's easy to overlook. A colorful side dish at summer cookouts, a comfort food in casseroles, a quick add-on in soups and salads. but canned corn is one of the most deceptive vegetables on the plate, especially for seniors. While fresh corn may offer some fiber, the canned version is loaded with added sugars and sodium, both of which can wreak havoc on the aging body. For seniors managing high blood pressure, prediabetes, or heart issues, this tiny kernel causes big problems. Canned corn has a high glycemic index, meaning it spikes blood sugar rapidly, leading to fatigue, belly fat accumulation, and even inflammation around the heart. And if that's not enough, the insoluble fiber in corn ferments in the gut, causing bloating, constipation, and discomfort, especially when digestion slows with age. Margaret Hayes, the 76-year-old from Dayton we met earlier, thought she was making healthy choices. She swapped out fried foods for hearty veggie stews, with plenty of canned corn, but her blood pressure kept climbing. Her ankles swelled, her energy crashed every afternoon. After a consult with her nutritionist, Margaret made one change. She replaced canned corn with steamed zucchini and green beans. Within weeks, her blood pressure dropped, the bloating eased, and she no longer needed naps after lunch. She felt lighter, clearer, and more in control. 2. Raw cruciferous vegetables. Trouble for the thyroid and gut: broccoli, kale, cauliflower, Brussels sprouts. They are often praised as superfoods, and they are when prepared the right way. But when eaten raw, especially by seniors, these vegetables can quietly undermine thyroid health and gut function. Why? Because they contain compounds called goitrogens, which interfere with iodine absorption and slow thyroid activity. For older adults, many of whom already have sluggish metabolism or take thyroid medication, this can worsen fatigue, weight gain, and even depression. And then there's the digestive issue. Raw cruciferous vegetables are high in complex sugars and insoluble fiber that often ferment in the gut, causing bloating, gas, and uncomfortable fullness. Just ask Wallace Trentham, a 75-year-old retired jazz pianist from Michigan. He replaced his breakfast with a super green smoothie made of raw kale and broccoli. Within weeks, he felt colder, more sluggish, and mentally foggy. His lab tests showed low thyroid hormone and iron levels. Once Wallace switched to lightly steamed greens and added iodine-rich foods like seaweed and eggs, everything changed. His warmth returned, his energy improved, and his mind, once dulled, felt alive again. 3. Eggplant, the hidden aggravator of joint pain. Eggplant is beautiful, versatile, and for many seniors, a source of mysterious pain. This purple vegetable belongs to the nightshade family, which contains a compound called solanine. While harmless to most, solanine can trigger inflammation in sensitive individuals, especially those with arthritis, joint stiffness, or autoimmune issues. For Ramona Delaney, a 70-year-old librarian from Rhode Island, eggplant was a weekly favorite. Grilled in paninis, baked in lasagna, sautéed with garlic. She ate it proudly until her knees began aching, her fingers stiffened, and she struggled to sleep. After tracking her meals and symptoms, her doctor suggested cutting out eggplant. Ramona was skeptical, but she gave it a try. In 2 weeks, her morning stiffness eased, her knees felt freer, and her sleep improved. Today, Ramona still enjoys Mediterranean flavors, just without the eggplant. It was a subtle switch, but one that gave her mobility and peace back. 4. Raw spinach. A nutrient paradox. Spinach has always been the poster child for healthy eating, but when it's eaten raw, and often, it can become problematic for aging bodies. Why? Because spinach is high in oxalates, which bind to calcium and iron, making them harder to absorb. For seniors at risk of osteoporosis or anemia, This means their body may be starving for nutrients even when they're eating healthy. Worse yet, spinach is loaded with vitamin K1, which interferes with blood-thinning medications like warfarin or Coumadin. For seniors managing atrial fibrillation or stroke risk, this can lead to serious complications. Neville Arburn, a 79-year-old airplane mechanic from California, experienced this firsthand. After joining a smoothie club with his granddaughter, he began drinking raw spinach blends daily. His INR levels became erratic. His doctor was alarmed. The culprit? Too much vitamin K from spinach. Once Neville switched to lightly sautéed spinach and kept his portions modest, his blood levels stabilized. He still gets his greens, but now safely and with confidence. These 4 vegetables aren't inherently bad, but for seniors, they come with risks that younger bodies can easily ignore. Understanding these nuances can mean the difference between feeling tired and inflamed or feeling strong and vibrant. Up next, the 4 vegetables that every senior should embrace. Foods that fight inflammation, support memory, and help you feel young from the inside out. Let's take a breath, because after hearing about the vegetables to avoid, it's easy to feel discouraged. But this isn't about fear, it's about clarity, about knowing what truly supports your body as it changes with age. Now that we've cleared the harmful clutter from the plate, let's fill it with 4 incredible vegetables that have been quietly helping seniors regain energy, lower inflammation, protect their memory, and move with more ease every single day. These aren't exotic or hard to find. They're simple, affordable, and surprisingly powerful. Let's begin. Beets, a natural booster for blood flow and brain power. Few foods support aging hearts and brains quite like beets. This humble root is rich in natural nitrates, which convert into nitric oxide in the body, a compound that relaxes and widens blood vessels, improving circulation and reducing blood pressure. For seniors, whose arteries may stiffen over time, this can mean better blood flow to the heart, the brain, and even the legs, helping reduce dizziness, mental fog, and fatigue. That's exactly what Everett Bix Callahan, an 82-year-old jazz record producer from Louisiana, discovered. After bouts of forgetfulness and rising blood pressure, his doctor recommended adding beet smoothies to his routine. Skeptical at first, Bix swapped his morning toast for a beet ginger blend. Within weeks, he noticed the difference: sharper thinking, better balance, and more energy throughout the day. 3 months later, his systolic pressure had dropped 12 points, and his music back in rhythm. Beets also support digestion and nourish healthy gut bacteria, an extra bonus for immune health and nutrient absorption. Bok choy, bone-strengthening, immune-lifting green. If you're looking for a gentle, dependable leafy green, bok choy is it. Unlike spinach or kale, bok choy is low in oxalates, which means the calcium it contains is more absorbable. That makes it a smart choice for seniors looking to protect bone density without risking kidney stones or blocking mineral uptake. But it's not just calcium. Bok choy delivers vitamin K, magnesium, and potassium, a team of nutrients that help regulate calcium placement in the body, keeping it in the bones and out of the arteries. For Lena Hai Totowa, a 76-year-old music teacher from Spokane, this green made all the difference. After fracturing her wrist in a minor fall, she needed to rebuild bone strength. Without relying on dairy, which upset her digestion, with her dietitian's guidance, Lena added bok choy to her soups, stir-fries, and steamed veggie plates. Within months, she felt steadier on her feet and stronger in her daily movements. Her follow-up bone scan showed stabilized density, And that winter, for the first time in years, she didn't catch a single cold. Green peas, sweet support for blood sugar and muscles. Green peas may be small, but they're packed with power. They offer an ideal combination of soluble and insoluble fiber, plant-based protein, and a touch of natural sweetness, making them excellent for blood sugar control, digestion, and muscle maintenance. The soluble fiber slows down carbohydrate absorption, helping prevent post-meal spikes. The insoluble fiber promotes regular bowel movements and eases constipation, and the protein, roughly 8 grams per cup, essential for fighting muscle loss in aging. Fern Broderick, an 80-year-old former park ranger in Montana, had struggled with energy dips and irregular digestion. His clinic's nutritionist suggested one simple change: add green peas to meals 3 times a week. Fern tossed them into omelets, soups, and purees. Within a month, he felt lighter, more regular, and more alert in the afternoons. His A1C levels improved, and for the first time in a while, he didn't dread mealtimes. Peas are also rich in vitamin K, folate, and B1, supporting heart and brain function alike. Swiss chard, detoxifying, eye-strengthening supergreen. This vibrant green is often overlooked, but it's one of the most complete health allies for seniors. Swiss chard contains betalains, compounds that support liver detoxification and reduce chronic inflammation. That means a cleaner system, less fluid retention, and more efficient organ function. But it's also packed with lutein and zeaxanthin, carotenoids that protect your eyes from age decline, including macular degeneration and cataracts. Add in vitamin C, iron, and magnesium, and you've got a powerhouse for immune support and tissue repair. Loretta Mayfield, an 84-year-old retired postal worker from Savannah, had been feeling foggy and sluggish. Reading tired her eyes. Digestion felt heavy. Colds lingered for weeks. After a community wellness class, she added Swiss chard to her weekly meals, steamed with garlic, tossed into lentil soup. Within 2 months, she reported clearer vision, better digestion, and improved energy. Even her eye doctor noted stabilized intraocular pressure. It wasn't magic, it was nourishment. These 4 vegetables, beets, bok choy, green peas, and Swiss chard, are more than healthy. They're healing, they're allies in the second half of life. They don't just fill your plate, they restore your confidence, your clarity, and your independence. And the best part? You don't need to change everything, just start here. Let's pause, because by now you've heard a lot about what to avoid, what to embrace, and why the choices you make at every meal can shape how you feel every day. But sometimes, the science isn't what moves us, it's the stories. So, before we close, let's revisit 3 ordinary seniors, each on their own path of rediscovery. Margaret Hayes, 76, once filled her plate with healthy canned vegetables. She thought she was doing everything right, but the bloating, fatigue, and blood pressure spikes told a different story. Just weeks after replacing canned corn with steamed greens, her energy returned, and her afternoons became hers again. Everett Bix Callahan, 82, felt his mind slipping, names lost, thoughts scattered. Adding beets to his morning routine didn't just lower his blood pressure, it sharpened his memory and brought music back into his life. And then there's Loretta Mayfield, 84, whose vision was dimming and digestion sluggish. A simple shift, 2 servings of Swiss chard a week, helped her eyes stay clear, her gut feel lighter, and her energy last longer. These changes didn't come from pills or complex diets. They came from listening to the body, swapping just 1 vegetable, trying something new. So, if you're watching this and thinking, It's too late for me. Think of Margaret. Think of Bix. Think of Loretta. They started small and changed everything. And you can too. You've made it this far. Not everyone does. And that alone tells me something about you. You're not here to give up. You're here to take back control. Because every vegetable on your plate isn't just food. It's a message. A message to your body that says, I care. I'm still fighting. I still believe in myself. What we shared today isn't a diet plan. It's not a lecture. It's a reminder that aging doesn't mean losing your power. It means learning to listen. It means noticing how your body feels after each meal. It means asking, does this help me or hold me back? And then making one change, one swap, one gentle step forward. You don't need to be perfect. You just need to begin. And the beautiful part is, you're not doing this alone. Here at NutriHub Bliss, we're walking beside you with trusted advice, real stories, and small actions that lead to big transformations. So here's what you can do now. Comment below what part of today surprised you most. Which vegetable will you try or maybe avoid? And don't forget, subscribe, because in our next video, we'll reveal 3 silent habits that make you more likely to fall after 60 and how to stop them. Until then, stay strong, stay kind to yourself, and remember, you're just getting started. Did you see yourself in Margaret, in Bix, in Loretta,